Looks like a pretty easy hole. You can make a hole in one with a putter.
I can't make a hole in one with a putter from the green. You've seen that. You've seen this.
Still using the lefty?
I've played it a bit. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll let you know. You know how Phil played 2 drivers for a bit?
I've seen Phil do lots of things.
I might go with
Maybe you need to try the no
putters.
backswing.
4, 3.
I love when he counts
2.
like this, like we're paying attention. Dave!
Nick, what's going on, man?
Did you see the woman who made a hole-in-one at Bandon Dunes?
Yeah, did you get that video?
Yeah, we're watching it right now.
Oh my gosh, unbelievable. Let's play it.
I can't tell how long this is.
I forget what hole, but the new Sheep Range course, right? Brand new golf course, just opened a month or 2 ago.
I can't quite see this go in the hole, but it looks like it's a good 100-yard shot.
I'm curious.
That just rolled up there all the way.
I mean, the reaction's genuine. I'm curious what happened in the holes leading up to that person teed off with a putter.
It looks like, I don't know. Maybe we can find out.
It was either poor golf, wagering, or alcohol. Like it was one of the.
Send her a text.
It was one of the 3, possibly
why.
all 3.
No, that was pretty good. 100-yard shot, hold that out with a putter. That hole's too easy.
I know it. I'd struggle to hole out from the green with a putter.
This we know. Need some ocean in front of that. Did you watch or did you care about the Northern Trust or the Wyndham Championship?
I didn't watch, but I always care about the most recent golf tournament that's going on.
That's good. I did not care about this one whatsoever. But Jim Herman won. He either makes the cut and wins or misses the cut.
Correct.
And typically they're missing cuts.
Correct.
So that was a pretty awesome finish by him. He jumped up to the 54th place in FedEx with a win.
How about that?
From 192.
Outside looking in.
Yeah.
To in the event in 1 week.
If he plays any good at all this week, he'll be in the top 70 and be in the BMW for sure. So that's maybe the most important part. So just looking really quick at Jim's stat line here. He was 3rd in strokes gained putting, 5th off the tee, 4th approach to green strokes gained, and I don't know how he only won by 2.
Right.
Just with those stats.
Right.
I mean, he might have hit it in a bunker and taken 12 shots to get out of one of those, but otherwise to finish with a 61 and 63 on the final round and have those stats, I mean, that's just an awesome week of golf. He was 88% greens in regulation. That was number 1. He missed 9 greens over 4 days.
The entire time, right? Yeah, that's amazing.
4 days, 9 greens he missed. When's the last time you hit 9 greens?
I think I hit 9 when I played earlier this year.
Yeah.
Shot my 77.
The 54-hole marathon you did?
No, it was 18.
Okay.
50%. I will take 50% all day long.
Absolutely.
He's at 88. That's amazing.
Now,
for 4 days.
More importantly, I am going to take us to the FedEx Cup list because now you've got the Northern Trust. This one's at the TPC of Boston. It's a very cool golf course. Not very hard, though. Let me get those FedEx Cup points up here. So you're going to see some low scores here for sure, but there are a lot of players who are trying to hit that top 70 bubble. That's what gets you into the following week, which is the BMW in Chicago. So let's take a look at some of the players that are on that list because you've got some seriously notable names.
I was going to say, big names at the bottom, which is interesting.
And a lot of them just didn't play a lot of tournaments, but Siwoo Kim, who's played really well the last few weeks, he's at 82. Ian Poulter's right there. Ricky Fowler, everyone knows about. He's played 13 events, and he's 88th. He'll need probably 125. He'll need to finish in the top half to have a shot at that, which isn't impossible, but it'll need to be a decent week. Tommy Fleetwood's played in 10 events. He's 89th. Brooks Koepka, 97th. Jordan Spieth, who has had a really tough go of it again. This weekend he played really lousy. He's 100th. He's played 16 events. So every other year of his career, this would be enough to keep him in the top 70 and still have him flirting with that Tour Championship number, but it's just not there. Zach Johnson and then Lucas Glover, who's taught by our friend Tony Ruggiero, who's been on the show a few times. I'm always wishing all of Tony's students the best, and Lucas is a good man for sure. And then a few players who missed the top 125, Sergio Garcia, Danny Willett, Jason Duffner, who still plays golf even though he might not remember it. My friend James Hahn, 171. I hope he starts playing better. I'm not really sure if he's practicing his game or doing something new, but he didn't have a great season. Jimmy Walker, who's one of the most crooked players on the PGA Tour, crooked off the tee, 179th. Not very good. And Jim Furyk, who only played a handful of events. I don't know if he got even to 10. He's at 181, so he likely is just headed for the Champions Tour, play a little more golf this fall.
Yep.
Yep. Jordan Spieth did say a few things. I've got an article up here from him. I got this off Golf Channel if anybody wants to read it early. He's just talking about how he's a little uncertain about his game. I don't think that's a surprise. I think we've been talking about that for a couple months now, that after he hits a shot, it doesn't look like he knows where it's going. And then this week he struggled the most with his putter, 74th in strokes gained putting, which for him is a monumentally big number.
Yep.
His hitting this week was actually pretty average for the PGA Tour, so that wasn't bad. It was the putting.
Average hitting, though, combined with completely terrible putting, and
you need to make an absurd amount of 30-footers.
And some issues between the years, and I don't have a ton of confidence in him going very far.
He's just uncomfortable, so he'll need to have a really good finish this week. Probably a top 20 or so, I think, would get him on from jumping from 100 to 70. Maybe it's top 20, maybe it's a top 10 even. It'll be a fun week. This one's fun to watch, though, because every single shot that's hit, they'll show you where you're at, where you're projected to be, and it changes so fast because all of these shots are starting to matter now. So I was a little bit surprised by some of those metrics, especially for how good Jim Herman played and to win by just a couple shots. There was a lot of good golf. This wasn't a real hard golf course in Greensboro. If you hit it somewhat straight off the tee, the rough isn't really bad. The approach shots are pretty easy. There were a lot of people who hit some good ones, except for Jordan Spieth. He really struggled a lot. He was 69th out of 77 in strokes gained approach, or greens in regulation. So, I mean, he missed 23 greens in 4 days, which is almost 6 a day, which is not great for a golf course like that. As you can see, Jim Herman's hitting like 90% of them. So I'm way more excited to watch this week. I'll watch this week. I'll watch some of the BMW for sure. This is where it starts to get fun because every one of these shots is going to matter now.
Yeah, that for sure PGA Tour will be the focus this upcoming week. This past week, there was a couple things that actually took place outside of the PGA Tour that I thought was notable.
Besides the hole-in-one?
Besides the hole-in-one, did you see one of the worst bad beats that I've ever seen out of the U.S. Amateur? I forget the player's name. Sorry, I don't have it in front of me. But players all square going into 18. Gets assessed a penalty because of his caddy. Loses the match, right? You lost the whole match is over. Yeah, caddy was testing the sand.
The poor guy was in there just really rubbing his hand on it too. So while it seems somewhat insignificant, it's a big deal.
Yeah. And then I've got a new segment for us. So I've got a new segment I like to call Start 'em Young.
Can't wait.
In the interest of starting them young, did you see that?
You did not run that by producer
Did you
Sabrina,
see? Producer Sabrina is not loving this right now. Did you see that Charlie Woods won a U.S. Kids Golf event? Absolutely stormed the field, shot 3 under on 9 holes, won by 5. So, start him young. My question, though, is in the interest of the last few episodes, will Charlie beat Jack's record?
Obviously.
Right. I mean,
look at the start he's off to, so young.
It's amazing.
Chuck Woods, he's got this. I've seen his swing a little bit. It looks really good for, obviously, he played really nice, but I didn't know he was that good of a player.
Tiger was saying that he wished he had his son's mechanics and flexibility. So
okay, fair enough.
There you go.
Yeah, have you seen Tiger's house of what he's got in there golf equipment wise?
Yeah, it's a
1,000-foot putting green with a putt view on it as well, and the simulator's all set up. Chuck's got this. He's got it made. All he's gonna do is stay at home.
He's got that room to practice in, and then he's got the trophy room to go envy and find a little motivation.
After.
So
it's good to know what your goals are. He knows what he's after. I don't know. It's probably some good parenting right there as well to help Chuck shoot a few under par.
Absolutely.
So what else are we doing this week? Do you remember?
Well, I think we're going to hit and test and preview some new Mizuno equipment coming out.
We should do that.
So I think that's coming up next, really nice. Later this week, and then I think we also have there's a whole bunch of product releases coming out. So we shot TaylorMade last week. I think we got Callaway also this week. So lots of new toys to play with, which is great.
Yep. Quick sneak peek. The center of gravity on that wedge is interesting to talk about. 4 new irons that are sitting over here.
These wedges look interesting. I haven't really gotten to hit them yet. I'm looking forward to that day's video shoot.
Well, those look really good. Okay, so we'll do that. We're going to talk about 3 ways you've never heard of to stop coming over the top, and we'll probably dissect that a little bit, as it's a ridiculous dogmatic phrase that we hear all the time, and why that's not a good way to describe your swing.
Sounds like you're innovating. We've never heard of these ways?
Never heard of them. Yep, I'm doing something different. I haven't thought of what those are yet, but I've decided they're not going to be
make them up as you go. That's even better.
Yeah. And then we're doing something else for Thursday, but I can't remember.
Full week. Here we go. Looking forward to it.
Thanks, Dave.
See ya. Cheers.